Good evening, I'm L.A. Steel. Tonight we have a very special show for you here on the L.A. Steel Show. Today we have the designer of the lasteelshow.org website, and I'm really happy to introduce my designer and friend over here, Rob Brenckman.
How you doing, Leo?
Good. Rob, tell me, how's your, I know we go back a ways on this, but tell the audience what you thought about doing this site.
You know,
okay, when you first started, okay, when we started talking, you don't have to say where we met.
I was really excited
what we were
about
doing
doing
when we
this,
met, but more so, just say you know, how you came up with this, with wanting to work with me on this.
Well, I have been wanting to do a controversial website for a long time. Unfortunately, you know, it's hard to find the right people. I mean, I used to sit at home and listen to Art Bell at night. And then I'd go visit his website and watch all of the hokey things you could see on the website. And you know, I'd say, wouldn't it be cool? You know. And then one glorious day, I ran into L.A. Steel, and the door unlocked.
That's fun. That's fun. Yeah, we unlocked a few doors that whole summer, but I'd like you to. Show the folks what you did. I'm so happy with it. The name of the website is called lasteelshow.org. That's O-R-G, and you can also pick it up through thesteeledge.org. Okay, and that's the name of the striking column that we're going to have. But the way Rob came up with this was with that steel edge blade on the top of the site, and I don't know if Steve, if you can get a close up with that edge, but you know, it's kind of cool. Rob, maybe you can point to it.
Maybe at the
right
steel
there.
edge up
yeah,
there.
The steel edge, which is really cool. And I came up with this idea a while back, and I said, "Geez, I really like it," and so I was talking to Rob. And it came up. You did a beautiful job with that.
Thank you.
A really nice job with the top. I really like it. But let's. But the other aspects of the site that I really like is how you came up with it. I mean, you immediately said this is perfect for a forum. You know, it's perfect for a poll. This is perfect for all these features. And when I said you can put all that together, and he said yeah, and I was like great. So so we threw it together. I mean, he spent some serious time on that. Not only
that was time to test our metal.
Yeah, you know, and it's like, let's try that. And then, but with crazy schedules, we finally were able to sit down and really design something nice, and something that's so expandable. It's Rob is going to be doing some a political cartoon for us. He's I guess 3D animation.
Well, we're looking to do 2D at the moment, but you know, we'll work into the bigger game area first, and we're open to suggestions too. Yeah. If you go to the website, you can actually email us on the contact page, and give us your suggestions on what you'd like to see as far as, you know, political cartoon type games. We actually have one in mind.
We're looking. We're going to keep that so nobody picks it up. All right, before it's up and running.
That's right.
Which should be in another maybe week or two, but we got something hot, and yeah, that's going to be a feature of the lasteelshow.org. We also hope to have. We'll be having fully archived, and also with video shows, some of the choice LA Steel shows, as well as the audio shows of the LA Steel radio show on Q103.3 FM, for those of you who haven't heard it yet. And that's usually on Tuesday nights. So this airs in Winstead here on Wednesday nights at 7, and you can tune on our radio show shortly after that, or tune right into our website. We hope to be able to be streaming that by now. And again, that's lasteelshow.org, and or thesteeledge.org. And Rob, maybe we can guide us through some of the features. Like when you come to the site, you come to the site and you see several options that you can go to, which is great. And you get the article and so on. And and maybe we can get a close-up of that in a second here. But what I liked about it is when you hit the special features, you have the forum. And the forum, explain what people can do with that. Now that they can, we have a suggested title. We have a title that we have on there now for the forum, and it's regarding the 911 reopening of the investigation. And for those of you who are viewers of our show, you know, you've seen quite a bit of that information in the last few months. But we hope to have some celebrated people joining that forum, some researchers. I've spoken to Jim Mars, who I've had on a radio show. I hope to have David Griffin, who's one of the main authors of, beginning authors with the New Pearl Harbor, okay? And the New Pearl Harbor was the first book that actually was able to come out, to get published, okay, on the 911 investigation. And so we want that forum to be very active, and we will probably be disseminating a lot of new information to those of you who may want to stay up on it by some of the you know, the best researchers in this area in the world. And so some of them will be under assumed names, but they've agreed to do that because their names are their copyrights, so you know,
Correct.
their publishers own, you know, and stuff. So, but for the most part, that forum is going to be really exciting, and we also walk them through that, by the way. Then we'll go on to the poll.
Okay, well, you can find the forum as you look over on the left-hand column. You'll see the forum, and right now we're just starting with this Barry one. It's blank at the moment because we haven't opened this up to the public until later on this evening. But when you get there, it'll display the forum at the top, the forum topic, and below it, once entries have been in, it will display the various entries. You'll be able to reply to those.
Can you get the one up there that's the article, the first article? Can you pop that into the article?
The first article?
Yeah. So, but this is
Has the U.S. accepted the 911 report?
right.
Okay.
Right. That one there, the first topic of the forum. And I can't, my view, I don't know, Steve, can you get a closer view of that? Right up to so you can see it in the monitor. I'm looking at a monitor, by the way, so, yeah, so you can see that. Okay, and now, what I want people to do is to, of course, respond to that in your opinion. So what do they do here to respond?
Simply just go to add to this forum. It'll take you through a series of forms,
Right.
and then it'll take you back and show you your entry and allow people to
Get in.
And make comments on your entry as
Right.
well.
Now, do they have to be members or not members?
Yes, you're going to have to be a member to enter the forum or to vote on a poll. The reason for this is we want people, we want to know who our audience is, and
Right. I also have I can also delete you, by the way, as a member or blogger or whatever you wish
you
to
have
be.
the ability to block
Yeah.
users, abusive users that.
Yeah.
That,
So you know, if anybody gets out of line, because I do expect to have some serious research on here, and you know, you may wind up getting on, unfortunately, because I can't stop you getting on, but I can definitely make sure.
We don't ask that
off.
you're polite, but we do ask that you're politically correct.
Plus the other problem is I got a server. You know, most servers don't accept you know, too many expletive deleted kind of, you know, messages. So yeah, on a forum. So
As far as messages goes
I
too.
wouldn't want to lose the authors. You know, I wouldn't want to lose those guys to something like that. So I really have, and I really got to try to keep it within. I mean, a lot of people will get their opinions, but the whole idea behind it is to really get some serious information. You know what I mean on it.
Right,
And,
right. And the more intelligent input we get, the better.
Right. And if you can go over to the area where my links are, you'll see the links segment of the site. And I don't know if you can bring that back to the home page. And
we've got a bunch of great links on here.
okay, you can't. Well, if you go, yeah, you get. Well, you don't have to. Well, links are tough to see, but you might want to go up just to the link segment where you hit hit right at the beginning of the thing. Okay, you just hit the links button up there. Okay, and that'll take you down to some of the hottest new internet pages on the web right now. And I got stuff, I just found out about it. I get people emailing me stuff all the time, you know, and all updated information and all incredible stuff, and guests and authors who just come out with books. And I found that I gotta scan through these things before I become, you know, before I link them up, right? So, but so many of these are so very important. I got one the other day, which I thought was funny. I linked it up into the new site. It's called newsmeet.com. All right, but Newsmeet, what it actually is it's the voting record, not the voting record, but the contributions, okay, of every person to each party, to every political party, for the last like 30, 40 years. So I mean, you get like guys like Frank Sinatra on there. You know,
Certainly,
you can tell who every single, how much money they actually gave, okay, and who they gave it to, you know, and stuff like that, and individual donations they gave to. And it's really amazing, and all kinds of celebrities, all kinds of people you'd never in a million years think about right now, giving big money. And so that's Newsmeet, MEAT.com. That's also. Here's the front page of the actual page, the way it's going to look if you pop it up right now. Steel Edge, the Steel Edge rather.org, and once you see that, you have several things. Now Rob will explain some of them from left to right, right to left, depending on how he starts. So go ahead, Rob.
Okay, well, yeah, when you arrive at the LASteelShow.org, you're going to come to your home page. Currently, you know, we have an article published, "Death of the Democrat."
An obituary.
Yeah, an obituary. It's a great article, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. On the left-hand column, you will have our major links. Under the latest column, you can catch all the latest snippets of news published on the LA Steel Show.
Also up there in the gray, and if you can see it in the gray, there is the, I have to mention this, Rob, the George Land Anthem. That's right, folks.
Correct.
I wrote and...
Correct, that's one of the little snippets.
Now published for the first time ever, right here on the steeledge.org, and the George Land Anthem. Now, I'll tell you what, should we read it to them, or should we make it a... Why don't you read the first... You did such a great job there. You read the...
It says, America, America, God shed His grace on me.
Before we do that, people got to remember that it's sung to the song of God Bless America. Okay, so just the first stanza.
Okay.
That's great.
America, America, God shed His grace on me and crowned my good for the brotherhood from sea to blood-filled sea.
Should you hear more? We'll spare you. Go to...
Yeah, let me spare you, please.
That was written by L.A. Steel Moi. So everything on here, almost all the articles will be me. But all the forum stuff will be somebody else, and maybe me. There's so many possibilities to this.
You'll always see the new articles on the front page. The site has ability to archive articles too, so you'll be able to search through archives. Currently, I don't think we have anything in there. We actually do have we have a few articles in here.
Yeah, there should be one anyway. That should be
Death of
the obituary. Yeah, the death of the Democrats.
Mm-hmm. So you can pull up older articles from the LA Steel Show,
right.
and below that?
There's not too many of them on this.
Well, we're just
There's not too
debuting,
many
so
of them.
the site's
I'm
pretty
writing
much
like mad, but we're trying to.
right.
I'm trying to get many into there. I'll do 100 archived articles in the next few days. But,
Now, don't be scared when you get to the site because I mean it's barren at the moment because we're just launching it. We do have a few great articles you can check out, and we'd love for you to go to the forum. And you can find that in the left-hand column. You go down, and you select your forum, and you'll be able to add to the forum from there.
Now, how about the polls? Now, that's kind of like
the polls are.
That's the next step to the forum because.
Now, this is a great feature for this
so
site.
That's right. We're coining it here, the Steel Edge Poll, okay, which is cutting edge poll.
One of the first polls you're going to see when you get to the site is did Carrie take a dive? And you're going to be able to vote on that. You have three choices: yes, no, or the 2004 election was merely a WWF match with George Bush, the Mad Masked Crusader, and Carrie, the box top war hero.
The Botox.
No, sorry, the Botox. You're right.
I wrote it. I should.
Right.
Okay. Carrie, the Botox war hero.
So was Carrie supposed to take a dive? And personally, I voted, and you can see that. Down at the bottom,
you have 60% of the vote on this thing.
I think I'm 60% of the vote because there it is, right there.
I'm the other 20/20. I'm only 40, so
that's right.
He's the first guy to take stock in my show here. Yeah. But that's we're doing really well with that. That's a beautiful site. Now go to the poll. You get three options. Nobody's breaking your neck or your arm to make you vote, and no one's going to steal that vote. It's logged in, and
we just ask that you log in as a user.
Yeah.
Your emails are not sold. They're just primarily used to track and get back to our customers.
Yeah.
So.
And we appreciate that, and that's that great feature. Hey, maybe you can put it up again so people can see that's the polling feature. There'll be three questions, one question, one issue, and it'll be a yes, no, or there'll be an option to your third question, like a third party. You know what I mean?
And for all the cheaters that think they're going to vote twice, I've thought of that.
Yeah,
so.
right. So just kind of like, I'll give you a couple options.
Right.
So that should be that's a fun thing, and we really hope it works out. A lot of people will join it. What's the next feature on there? That we get the links, I think.
Yeah, we have a great links page. Before I go down to the links page, let me show you the Showtime section.
Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, we already talked a lot about the links.
Now, of course, you can see that right there on the bottom it says the LA Steel Show Tuesdays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And underneath that, we have various links which will allow you to see what's coming up on the shows.
Right. Now over there you can kind of, Rob can read that to you. That's a description of what I finally came up with a description of what the LA Steel talk show and the LA Steel radio, or rather television show is, and I think these sum it up all right. So you can try it.
The hottest liberal talk show in New England. Warning not for the linguini-spined. Alternative news, irreverent commentary. Interviews with celebrity guests, authors, musicians, artists, and journalists. World music, musical tributes to radical songwriters, hosted by L.A. Steel, co-host Lila, astrologer, starman Bill Marshall. And of course you're going to have to add Rob Brenckman, web developer.
Oh. Yeah, but you're under a special guest. You're under a special guest.
You're right, no, we can't. But this is where...
but you got to hit him on the television segment, too.
Correct. Well, this is where you're going to look.
Right.
If for upcoming shows, you're going to find the guests that'll be appearing on the show will be listed here. If there's any alternative times, they'll be listed here. And any information about upcoming shows will be listed under the Showtime's column.
Yeah, you can read what. Would you read what I?
Oh, this
how
is
I
the.
described this TV thing.
Okay, this is
And I have to give credit for this to John Palenkas, because he's the manager here in Winsted, and for he kind of more or less described what the LA Steel Show is, right? And go on, it'll.
It's the most watched cable program in Connecticut. National and international guests, art, music, essays, politicals, and politics, and activism. A total alternative news and entertainment magazine.
And that was by,
Well, I tell you what, I'll be getting.
that was by John Palenkas. No, it wasn't. But he came up with a news magazine idea. That's what it was called. I came up with all the rest. But I thought that was good hype. So, I want to thank John for coming up with that idea, because I struggled with what actually kind of show this is, and it is an alternative news magazine and entertainment magazine kind of format. So anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rob.
It's okay. It certainly was, it certainly was a different experience building the site, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It was alternative.
It was thrilling to me, because to get somebody who you can actually explain something to, and they click right on to what you want to do, and then even expand on it. I mean, that's the greatest thing. And what I love about this site, most is that it's so interactive. You know what I mean? I mean, you don't just go in and look and print something. You can do that, by the way. It's there should be a print thing on
right.
there.
Well, that's
my articles. I ask that you print plenty of them and email plenty of them. There'll be a forward and a backwards and everything else on it. So, but I hope that you do that and enjoy my articles, and I like your comments on them as well, good, bad, or indifferent. So.
And speaking of comments, when you get to the website, you're going to want to go to the contact page and contact the LA Steel Show and tell them what you think. We're open to suggestions. We'd like to hear, especially I myself would like to hear people's ideas as far as little games we can play on the site.
Yeah.
Political cartoons,
which are, by the way,
right.
are Rob's. One of his specialties. He will be our feature regular artist. And I'm trying to get him to develop we were talking about today about developing a series, which I have in mind with one of our special exclusive LA Steel Show, things to get it to see. So we hope that, and Rob and I are pretty excited about it.
I'm telling you, I giggle every time I think of it. So.
You do some great stuff, God. How about before we go, we only got about 5 minutes left or so, but before we go, I'd like to ask you now, if when we stream this thing, when we put this on the radio, now, like I said earlier in the show, we're hoping to put this on the radio, and we're hoping to have archives, and so you can hear old shows and new shows and see them on video. But the most important thing is just getting the radio show that we do streamed, okay, out on the internet, okay. So, and explain how do you think we'll be able to manage that tonight?
Certainly.
I'm gonna try.
I don't know about tonight, but
tonight's Tuesday night,
yep.
But our regular time for our radio show.
Definitely in the future, we're going to be able to stream audio or possibly video. And we're working on that right now so that we can do something live for you.
Yeah.
But as far as archives, those will be available on the site soon enough. You'll be able to purchase back sessions of the LA Steel Show.
Right.
All through the site. It does have a shopping cart, although we have nothing in it at the moment.
Well,
so
that's not, this is access television, and we can't talk about that. But
right.
There's going to be appreciation for helping support that. We have a number of charitable things or areas that we'd like to support as a website and as a company and as a celebrity or as a non-celebrity or just as a as people in general. And once people get hooked on that site, I think even if I was thinking of coming up with I was telling you like a penny game, you could do a penny game and people could for certain hits at something, and there's going to be a lot of ways to generate a lot of funds that will go directly to those charities, which we will, would like to be able to do. So, winding up, you want to sing America, America with me? Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah, we always end our radio show with Happy Trails. I'm going to end it with you. And, okay, I got to read the lyrics here. I wrote it, but, ready?
Mm-hmm.
The new anthem for Georgeland, sung to the melody of America the Beautiful. America, America, God shed His grace on me, and crown my good for the brotherhood from sea to blood-filled sea. Oh, beautiful for chemtrail skies, forever polluting industries. Gain for corporate criminal. Wait, we lost the tune, but it goes something like, oh, beautiful for chemtrail skies, for every polluting industry's gain, for corporate criminal amnesty, above all legal blame. America, America, God speaks direct to me, as I steal from all their wealth and power for homeland security. God bless Georgeland. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching the show tonight, and I hope a lot of you learned. If you don't have a website, this is what one's supposed to look like. Okay, and it's here on the lasteelshow.org. Okay, now there was one thing I wanted to finish with tonight. I want to mention, there's a segment there that you hit that shows television stations or television shows. It says LA Steel Presents. Hit that, and it'll bring up all the different stations that we're on. We want to thank Channel 13 here in Winstead. We want to thank Channel 11 up in my neck of the woods for their showing us, and other people out in Litchfield, Waterbury, New London, hopefully we'll be sending it down to Newtown again, and hope everyone clicks on. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Rob, for all your help, and Rob will be continuing to be on our program and update you on new features. Good night, Rob.
Good night.
America, America, God shed His grace on me, and crown my good for the brotherhood from sea to blood-filled sea. Oh, beautiful for chemtrail skies, forever polluting industries. Gain for corporate criminal. Wait, we lost the tune, but it goes something like, oh, beautiful for chemtrail skies, for every polluting industry's gain, for corporate criminal amnesty, above all legal blame. America, America, God speaks direct to me, as I steal from all their wealth and power for homeland security. God bless Georgeland.